The Canadian Apprenticeship Forum, Forum Canadien sur l'apprentissage, is a non-profit organization that connects Canada's apprenticeship community. Participants work collaboratively to support vibrant and innovative apprenticeship systems and policies with a view to developing a highly skilled, inclusive, and mobile skilled trades workforce. This presentation is an overview of information about the skilled trades, describing the two paths to a skilled trades career in Canada, apprenticeship and the trade qualifier pathway. Emily Arrowsmith has been a project manager and researcher with the Canadian Apprenticeship Forum for over 9 years. She has delivered over 50 workshops to a wide array of audiences.
Welcome to this webinar today. My name is Emily Arrowsmith, and I'd like to share with you some information about the skilled trades in Canada and two pathways, the apprenticeship pathway and the trade qualifier pathway. The Canadian Apprenticeship Forum is a nonprofit organization that promotes apprenticeship training in Canada. As a part of a project funded by Citizenship Immigration Canada, the Forum is offering a series of webinars to pre-arrival immigrants to create more awareness about the trades. The goal is to promote job readiness and employers, and a number of tips and strategies for connecting with employers will be shared throughout the webinar to help pre-arrival immigrants prepare for finding a job in Canada. The webinar also provides an overview of processes for apprenticeship and trade qualifier route. Additional detail is provided in the provincial webinars. This is a map of Canada. Just to give you a bit of a background about Canada, it is the second largest country in the world in terms of land mass. It has a population of 35 million people. It has the third largest oil reserve after Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. And resources, the resource sector is very important to the economy, as well as automotive and aircraft manufacturing, the fishery industry, construction, and tourism. Canada has the 11th largest economy in the world and one of the most educated populations in the world. The majority of Canadians have a high school diploma and have pursued some post-secondary education, either college, university, or apprenticeship. Within Canada, there are 13 different provinces and territories. The provinces and territories include Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Northwest Territories, Nova Scotia, Nunavut, Ontario, Prince Edward Island, Quebec, Saskatchewan, and the Yukon. In Canada, the skilled trades make up an important part of the economy. The skilled trades involve hands-on practical work in 4 major sectors. These are construction, transportation, manufacturing, and service. Construction involves building houses and roads and infrastructure. Transportation involves fixing cars and trucks and doing the maintenance. Manufacturing involves building machines and cars and planes. And the service sector involves cooking, landscaping, baking, and hairstyling. So when we talk about the skilled trades in Canada, we're really referring to these 4 major sectors. I want to also give you some examples of some trades in Canada. These trades are very large and popular, and there's a lot of job opportunities in these trades. We have automotive service technician, carpenter, cook, electrician, hairstylist, heavy-duty equipment mechanic, gas fitter, plumber, machinist, refrigeration and air conditioning mechanic, sheet metal worker, steam fitter, pipe fitter, and sprinkler system installer, and welder. So that gives you a sense of some of the large and popular trades in Canada where there's a lot of job opportunities. There are a lot of benefits and there's a lot of value to a skilled trades career in Canada. Full-time employment is a major benefit. Full-time means 30 hours a week with the possibility of overtime. Good pay is also associated with skilled trades careers in Canada. It does vary based on the trade you're working in, but an average salary is $50,000 per year. That's Canadian dollars. Other trades can earn up to $80,000 a year. So it is a good paying job with a good annual salary. There's also high job satisfaction and pride in the trades. Tradespeople say they love the active, hands-on, practical nature of the job and the fact they don't have to work in an office all day. So there's a lot of high job satisfaction with these careers. It's also highly skilled work. Many tradespeople comment that they get to work with the latest and most modern technology, and it really challenges them on a day-to-day basis, and there's constant opportunities to learn new things. Mentoring is also another important aspect of the trade. Mentoring involves when a more experienced tradesperson teaches you the trade and the skills and knowledge you need to know to succeed in the trade. Many tradespeople say this is a very positive benefit of this career because you get to learn the trade from someone else. But then when you become more experienced and knowledgeable, you get to pass down your knowledge to another person. And tradespeople say they really like passing down their knowledge to young people. As a part of the mentoring process, mentors also say that they learn from the young people their training so that there's a two-way knowledge exchange. And many tradespeople feel this is a really positive benefit to this career. There's lots of opportunities in the trade both today and tomorrow. Many tradespeople in Canada are retiring, and so there's lots of job opportunities to work in the trades and to have full-time employment. There's also a lot of opportunities for career advancement in the trades. People can start off as an apprentice, then they can become a journey person who has their certificate, and then after working in the trade a number of years, they could go on to become a supervisor, a manager, a college instructor, have a position within their union, or even become a business owner. So there's lots of opportunities to advance in skilled trades careers. I would like to describe now the two main routes to becoming a certified journey person in Canada. The first route is apprenticeship. Apprenticeship is really for people who are just starting out and want to learn a trade and they don't know anything about it, but they want to learn and become trained in the trade. The trade qualifier route is for individuals who have significant previous work experience in the trade and they want to become certified to work in Canada. The first route I'd like to describe is the apprenticeship route. Apprenticeship is a form of work-based training. The majority of the training takes place at the workplace where apprentices learn the trade from a mentor who, as I said before, is a more experienced journey person who teaches the trade to a younger person. Apprentices also take courses at college, union, or online. So it's a combination of workplace training and school. Most apprentices are in the apprenticeship program for 2 to 5 years. After the program is finished, individuals write an exam to become a certified journey person. The exam is multiple choice and you need 70% or more to pass. It's very important to have a record of your diplomas and credentials in Canada, and so that when you come to Canada, so the equivalencies can be determined. A high school diploma or equivalent is usually required for most apprenticeships. Prior learning recognition processes administered by the apprenticeship authorities can help assess your previous education and skills. Some upgrading might be required, so you might have to go back to school to do some additional courses before you can enter into an apprenticeship, or you may have to complete some safety courses. In terms of the steps to become an apprentice, you have to find an employer to hire you in Canada. You register at your local apprenticeship office, and then you start your apprenticeship training, which is a workplace training and a combination of school. So you alternate between going to work and going to school, going to work and going to school. After 2 to 5 years, you accumulate the required number of work hours and you complete all of your school. At that point, you can write your examination at the local apprenticeship office, and if you pass, you are then a certified journey person and you can start your career in the trades. As an apprentice, you have a responsibility to find an employer, to make sure that you're registered as an apprentice officially with the provincial or territorial apprenticeship authority. You must show up on time to work. You must work with a mentor to improve your skill sets and be open to learning from that mentor. You must go to technical training or school and do all your required assignments and tests. You must complete the paperwork, which is usually referred to as a logbook, and this just allows you to document all the hours you're working on the job and all the new skills you're learning as you progress through your training. You're also responsible for booking and writing your examination. Employers have responsibilities as well. They are responsible for paying your wages as an apprentice. They also have to provide a safe workplace and a workplace that is free of harassment and discrimination. They also will fill in the logbook, and they will sign off or check off on the key competencies you are learning on the job and the hours that you are accumulating. The employer also will enable the apprentice to meet competencies by providing them with a variety of opportunities to complete tasks. So the apprentice really learns a variety of skills on the job. The employer should also provide a mentor to guide and supervise the apprentice when they're training. And they should also release the apprentice so they can go back to school. The mentor's responsibilities are to help teach the apprentice the trade, to ensure that they're working safely on the work site. Safety is the #1 priority, and making sure that the apprentice has an opportunity to learn a variety of things on the job and get exposure to a variety of different tasks. The provinces and territories in Canada regulate the apprenticeship systems, and there are legal requirements to the apprenticeship system. These include making sure that you officially register as an apprentice with the provincial or territorial apprenticeship authority. You must also ensure your logbook is completed and that you've documented that you have worked the required number of hours and have achieved the key competencies in the trade. You also must complete any safety courses prior to going on the work site, and you must continue to upgrade and do safety courses on an ongoing basis, and you must not do anything that you think is unsafe. You are free to leave your employer at any time, and as an apprentice, being an apprentice does not force you to stay with any one employer. At this point, I'd like to talk about the second route, the trade qualifier route. This is for individuals who have significant previous work experience in the trade. They can become trade qualifiers. Pursuing the trade qualifier route usually involves providing documentation regarding your work experience to the provincial or territorial apprenticeship authority. Once they've gone through that process and the province or territory allows them to write the exam, all trade qualifiers must write a multiple choice examination and achieve over 70% or more to pass. At that point, they become certified tradespeople and they can work within Canada. Hands-on experience is highly valued by employers in the skilled trades. If you have work experience in the trades, it's really important that you obtain a letter from your former employer before moving to Canada. This letter states the type of tasks you did on the job and how many hours you worked. You also must have up-to-date contact information, such as a phone number and address from any former employers. This is documentation that will prove that you did work in the trades and that you did do a number of different trades-related tasks. Most workplaces in Canada use English or French to communicate, and when hiring, employers really want to see that candidates can speak well in English and French. It might be a good idea to take some English or French classes to improve your oral and written communication skills prior to coming to Canada. Employers in Canada also value basic skills in math, reading, writing, communication, and problem solving. And in Canada, we call these the essential skills. Employers really like to see that candidates can communicate with their coworkers on the job in English or French. They have the ability to solve problems, they can work as a team, and they're open to learning all the time on the job. This is especially important when you consider that many of the trades in Canada, technology is changing, and employees need to be able to adapt to changing circumstances, and they need to be able to learn new work processes. There are resources available that will let you practice your skills and do self-assessments of your skills. These tools are all trade specific, so it will really allow you to assess what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. And you may want to pursue some upgrading courses in areas where you need to improve. The Red Seal program in Canada is an industry standard of excellence. This is another thing that employers will look for on your resume, whether you have the Red Seal. There are 57 Red Seal trades in Canada, and most tradespeople, after they earn their provincial certificate, will get a Red Seal affixed onto their certificate if they are in one of those 57 Red Seal trades. Having this symbol on your certificate makes you more employable and indicates to employers that you've achieved the industry standard of excellence in the trade. There are many benefits to having your certification. Studies indicate that certified tradespeople are more mobile, they can get work if they need it across the country, they're more likely to be full-time employed and have permanent employment, and they're more likely to earn higher wages than those who are non-certified. So there are many benefits to achieving your trade certification. There are resources available to you if you would like to look for a job in Canada. The main website for looking for a job is Working in Canada. That will describe to you the jobs that are available, the tasks required, and the wages that will be paid. If you would like to look for a job as an apprentice, there are also additional websites available, apprenticesearch.com and Apprentice Job Match BC. When developing your resume, it's really important that you highlight previous work experience and your technical skills. Research the appropriate terminology for your trade in English or French. Be sure to identify any licenses or certificates, including safety certificates, and tailor your resume to the company to which you are applying. When meeting potential employers in Canada, develop a pitch. Be brief but specific about what you can bring to the job. Make sure that you dress appropriately, wearing work boots if required to really show to employers that you are ready to work. You have to be familiar with the terminology in your trade and be reliable. Show up at least 15 minutes before the start time. Communicate, collaborate, and be positive on the job. Be willing to work as a part of a team, and be sure to listen to your mentor or your other coworkers. Have good work habits. Show your employer that you're ready to work hard, and be open to learning different technical skills on the job. So just to review, language skills, skilled trades workplaces in Canada, usually it's English or French, so it's important to have good language skills. Essential skills are also important, and there are resources available that will allow you to practice these skills. Math skills in particular are needed to work in the trades. A grade 12 high school diploma is usually a requirement or the equivalent within the Canadian context. Documentation is also required. Letters or references from previous employers about your skills and the hours you worked in the trade. Up-to-date previous employer contact information is also a requirement. You will need to have an accurate phone number and address for any previous employers. You will also need a resume that highlights your practical skills and work experience. Here are some of the resources that may help you get prepared for finding a job in the skilled trades in Canada. So there are some resources that are trade specific that will let you assess and practice your essential skills, especially your math skills and your problem solving skills. If you'd like to learn more about the trades in Canada and the tasks and skills and abilities that are required, there is the Careers and Trades website. If you'd like to learn more about the standards in Canada and what specific tasks are required in specific trades, the National Occupation Analysis will outline at a very detailed level the tasks required in specific trades. If you'd like to learn more about education and other requirements in the trade and practice Red Seal examination questions, you can do so by going to the Red Seal website. The Red Seal website and the National Occupation Analysis resources will also help familiarize you with the trade-specific terminology that's used in Canada, both in English and French. If you'd like to learn more about the trade qualifier requirements in each province and territory, the Canadian Apprenticeship Forum has centralized this information for pre-arrival immigrants. By using our On the Move tool, you can identify that you're coming from outside of Canada. You select one of the 13 different provinces and territories that you want to move to, and the tool will give you all the documentation requirements you need to know to be prepared to work as a skilled tradesperson within Canada. So that's a really great centralized resource if you'd like to find out more about the specific documentation requirements, and that tool's called On the Move. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at info@caf-fca.org. I hope this webinar today has helped introduce you to the skilled trades in Canada and helped you learn